Welcome. You are listening to Rev Up with Alanis Marketing, and I'm your host, Roxanne Alanis. Welcome to another episode of Rev Up, where we talk about ideas, principles, million-dollar ideas that helped businesses scale and increase revenue. And we're going to hear from Kristin Harper today. And she started a company called Driven to Succeed. And Kristin, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited to share your story. You have such an interesting background, and then it led to this amazing company that you started. So I'd love to hear about that. And I also really want to talk about what you do, because it's so near and dear to my heart as a marketer, which is research.
Thank you so much, Roxanne. I have spent the past 20 years in corporate growing my career as a marketer, a brand manager, and an innovator. I got my start as an intern and then a full-time hire at Procter & Gamble, and I was there for about 8 years. And then I went to the Hershey Company, and then I rounded out my corporate career at Cardinal Health. So I went from intern to global VP in my 30s. As a classically trained marketer and brand manager. I've spent about half of my corporate career in innovation and about the other half in running and managing P&L. So I always take an approach around how do the actions that we take, how does it impact the business? And I took a leap of faith a couple years ago into full-time entrepreneurship. I really wanted to be of service to more brands and to leverage my expertise and my love and my passion for people and insights and innovation. And so I started Driven to Succeed. We help Fortune 500 companies and leading brands uncover insights to innovate and grow their sales, their profit, and their market share. So there are three core things that we do. Market research, we uncover insights through mostly qualitative market research, but we do some quant as well. Ideation, we lead brainstorming sessions that are super fun and very impactful. And then writing concepts that can be tested with your target audience so you have greater confidence before you invest in launching a new product or service. So that's a little bit about my background.
That's fantastic. And so exciting, the journey that you took. And then I also saw that you're part of the WeBank and some other organizations. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think for business women entrepreneurs, it's actually a really great program, and I'd love to hear your take.
Yeah, so there are several certification opportunities for business owners. And the two certifications I have are WeBank, which stands for Women Business Enterprise Council, and then the National Minority Supplier Development Council. Those organizations are fantastic for businesses whose targets are corporations. There certainly are many other agencies certifying organizations, especially for those who service the government industry, whether it's at the local level, the state level, or the federal level. But I found those organizations, particularly WeBank and NMSDC, to be fantastic for providing access to influencers, the supplier diversity leaders within various corporations, and even access to gatekeepers and decision makers. So, for example, I was recently invited to participate in a healthcare showcase among 6 leading global healthcare brands, and that was because I am a part of WeBank. So I have just so many great things to say, not only about the access, but about the programming, the education, and the camaraderie that you can build with other business owners.
That's great. Now, would you say that has led to some of the success that you had?
Absolutely. One of the things that I did not expect was the amount of time that I would spend on business development. And networking truly is everything, but you have to network in a very intentional way with your target audience, or those who can get you to your target audience. And both of those organizations have been fantastic, again, for being able to provide access to those decision makers and influencers, but also credibility. There are only a few thousand businesses that are certified through either of these organizations. And so that already puts a stamp of approval for corporate partners who are looking to spend money not only with fantastic organizations that can deliver benefits for their respective companies, but also looking to invest and to spend with women-owned, veteran-owned, minority-owned enterprises.
Any words of encouragement?
Get that checklist. And what I will say is, yes, the checklist can be daunting. However, if you're really in business and this isn't a hobby, everything on that checklist is what you need to have in place anyway to be a enterprising business. So get it done. It's important to have your legal documents together. It's important to have your quarterly statements that have been developed and looked over by an accountant. So they're good business practices. And once you have it in place, the recertification process is so much easier. So take the leap and put it on your to-do list and just bite it off one step at a time.
I love that. That's great. You've been listening to Rev Up. I'm your host, Roxanne Alanis. To listen to other episodes and learn more about our guests and to rev up your revenue, visit revuppodcast.com.